tutorial session with Paintology here, and this is the drawing app available for Android users right now, and it's available from the Google Play Store, and it's free. So this, as you know, the last few days or a week or so, I've been doing more of the great grandmasters, the great master painters of our time. We're talking about Klimt, Gustav Klimt, and of course Leonardo da Vinci, Van Gogh, Edgar Degas, and J.F. Constable. And just yesterday we did this wonderful painting of the renowned Claude Monet, the once prolific painter, very well known for his water lilies. And this one you may not have come across, but it is the complex name, but it's Bathers, and he did post-impressionistic painting of this, and so I wanted to replicate this, and I did that with Paintology. So first myth of Paintology, it's not an editing tool, what you might think. I know you're very impressed with the painting itself, and any of the paintings I've done prior using a reference image, but it simply is not an editing tool, so please remove that thinking out of your head. It is primarily built and designed for you to become a great artist, meaning acquiring the skills. And in digital drawing, which many of you do not know about, it is the acquisition of art techniques, not necessarily tools that get you to the artwork, but the acquisition of art techniques. Think about it, right? You have all these great YouTubers take the same pencil brush, you and I, and turn it into a masterpiece. Have you ever wondered why that is? Some of you have, and I've answered many questions on Quora platform related to that, and it's their assumption is that you're born with the pencil in your mouth, so therefore you must be highly talented, and it doesn't go into them. That's a complete fabrication, and it's due to the people's lack of confidence, lack of learning, lack of interest in learning, lack of interest in doing anything that requires skill. So they will just reassure themselves that it's a born talent, and therefore they feel a little bit comfortable knowing that. But then they're doing injustice to their own lives, not necessarily the skill, because the skill can be picked up by anyone who understands what it takes. So that's a group. Another group is saying they don't have what it takes. Right, again, very similar to the first group. And what is that? They don't have what it takes, meaning I've actually tested that with some of my family members who can't draw it. They like people to see their artwork, and then I ask them, why can't you draw? And then they start drawing something. They draw something about 30 years ago when they were a kid, and then they draw it, and they say, that's it, that's all I can do. So that is totally, I don't know how to put it. If you're saying that that's all you can do, you obviously have not, again, entered into the practice of learning. And what is learning, right? And now the same thing applies to digital art. Everyone thinks it has to be done with with digital tools. Again, a total misleading, and it's all been driven by the people themselves, the users, because they didn't have any art skills. So this was done with one brush, the line brush. No, I don't know if I used line brush. No, actually two brushes, line brush and then the haze dark. Okay, and then I didn't use any blending tools or anything like that. And you can see plenty of my drawings. So I'm going to show you a few quick resources. The first bookmark you need to do, sorry, let me go to that. First bookmark you need to do is go to Paintology.com. You should bookmark that and bookmark this page, daily step-by-step video tutorials. There's a button there, pink one. Go to that and then see all the live stream going back to October with their completed drawings. Yeah, yeah. See, this is zebra. That was done on the phone. So, and recently the Grandmasters, you'll see it. Final painting. This was Ferdinand Wardle. He's the not the Kian Valley, the Chalet at Rigi. Beautiful painting hanging on the National Gallery in London. So this was a little twist on this that I did, which was change the vibrancy of the original color. Yeah. So you go about doing a block coloring like I show you, and then you put the details. It's all done on the phone, so please do bookmark this page. The other area bookmark you want to do is paintology.quora.com. So do please follow me here. You can see today's drawing. I've already put it up there for people to get ready to do a drawing. I mean, if you cannot tell me that this is not Pablo Picasso, you're probably born in another era. This is one of the famous paintings, Cubism, when Pablo, 1937, I believe. This had an auction price of $70 million at Sotheby's in 2018. So it just continues to rise. That's why people invest in artwork. So this is the one we're going to draw actually. And then if you go back all the way, you'll see I've got loads and loads of tutorial. There's the Klimt I did, and this is the Cafe Terrace. Doesn't look like it. Looks like the original theme. So the essence, I'm trying to get the essence. This is the original. See, this is the one I did on the phone as well. So that's another paintology.quora.com. Please do follow me there. It'll be a great help. Because, you know, when I don't know if you know of any art teachers who sit through every day showing you free drawing lessons, especially on a device that you can follow along to. You don't have to buy all these materials. You can simply follow along to what I'm doing with your phone, and that's all you need: an Android phone or a tablet and a good bunch of imagination and attention to details and listening to me. And honestly, it's a lot easier than you think. You know, you may think, how the hell did he get here? Here's something else I'm going to tell you is you will not, anyone who looks at this painting will not no clue that it was done digitally because it looks traditional. And there is a reason why it looks traditional, meaning, you know, I used my hand, pencil and paper, or pens, inks, or whatever. And that's because I draw most of the time and use less of the tools. So that's why it looks like this. So all digital artwork you've come to assume is very digital. Some of you say it's photographic, and I dismiss that idea that it's photographic. It's just, you can show me a piece of digital art that someone's done, I can almost tell you it's digital, but not very few people can qualify my art as digital because they get confused. And therefore, that's the reason why they don't really come and watch me or even hazard to go a bit deeper in order to find out what it's all about. And those of you who are on this live stream right now are probably curious and wanting to learn, but curiosity, it goes well beyond your curiosity. It teaches you. Paintology has been designed by me, developed, and I've coupled my technical experience with my artistic background to bring you the app that will now makes it easier for you to paint and draw much more rapidly than any other method in my opinion. And I have been a traditional artist for a good 10 years. I tried all sorts of mediums, and then I moved to digital 5 years ago when I brought out Paintology and adopted all these techniques and skills into learning, and this is what it's here for. So take full advantage of it because I've been doing it from the goodness of my heart and out of my pocket, everything, because you're rarely going to find a complete platform where you're going to learn from scratch all the way to becoming an artist, to draw and painting like this. And if you, I'd love to see people go beyond me, but so far I'm not able to find anyone. So please do, and if you do reach a certain level, please do contact me. I'm looking for people because right now we have almost getting close to 300,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. All thanks to your interest and support. So this is one drawing. So you can see many. So please do go over it. Many drawings that I've been doing, not just the Grandmasters, all different subjects. There's another one that I like. So please do bookmark that, paintology.quora.com, and follow me on there. The other one is the Paintology Classroom, where you can learn structured classroom provided with search IDs, so you can go to the 800 tutorials directly by typing in the ID. So it's actually graded. I won't show you, go too much detail into that. So did we download the painting? I forgot. Let's have a look. So this is the reference image. So if you look at it, it's broken into two parts. The tutorials usually. Paintology. Ooh, I didn't know. Oh, sorry. I gotta refresh this. There it is. 9 GMT, which is currently now. And Pablo Picasso reference image. So make sure you refresh this, because you might get confused with nothing appearing. So make sure if you do bookmark here, refresh the page. So the Paintology part 1, this is currently the stream that I'm on, and 9 GMT, and then we have like about 5-10 minutes break for part 2, where I try and finish the second half of the drawing and complete the drawing. So then I put the finished drawing like here, as you can see, completed drawing, and then completed drawing here. See, this was J.F. Constable's Salisbury Cathedral by the river. In fact, this was an interesting one. I did this by freehand. Half of it is block coloring. Then I used a reference image to paint and draw. Don't listen to all these people who cannot draw and giving you advice. Don't take their advice. Take it from the advice of people who have drawn plenty of times and advanced. And I'm telling you right now, the method I'm going to show you is going to rapidly build up your skills. Don't listen to all these people. You should draw from imagination. You should, you should have color theory and all that. In digital, color theory is unimportant, and I'll tell you why. and also tones and values. The fundamental techniques of art, tones and values, are primarily the biggest that allows you to draw in with with volume, dimensions, form, shape. All these things are important. Just pick up a book on fundamental theory of art, fundamentals of art, and they base it on technical. They base it on traditional artwork because digital is not in their midst of tools, and it's a bit sad because digital has taken a different path to traditional, and traditional people look at it like too technical, and I'm going to prove that wrong as well. No, and it's not technical at all. That's why I can draw artwork that looks like it was hand done in digital, and you won't be able to tell. So that's something else I'm going to disprove. So there's a lot of things I'm going to disprove. So you're probably here for a reason to see the real thing, how it's done, instead of hearsay from all these other people. So first thing is, when you come to learn something, remove any preconceptions of what digital is, because you ain't seen what I've done unless you've gone through my videos and seen a lot of the artworks I've done, and you're probably thinking, oh, I think there's an AI inside of his head that's doing it, or something like that. Sorry if I'm mocking the situation, but that's what it feels like. Because people are so quick to judge these days, and drawing is just a wonderful thing, therapeutic, completely opposite of being immersed in trivial chit chat, whereas in drawing you're completely lost in the moment, painting. And that's why I enjoy my daily, that's why I can keep it up, because I'm developing my skills. I'm going further and further beyond most people in my art techniques and art skills. Then there's the question of art creativity. Well, that's the people who have first learned the skills of painting and drawing, and then they can use their imagination. The person who says you should draw from imagination without the skills are, I don't know, born from another planet or something. Because that's like saying, you know what, you need to go to the garden, create a beautiful landscape without any prior experience of having done any landscaping work, That's how ridiculous it sounds. So anyway, that's what I want to tell you. So people need to think what they say in general. So you need to think what you say. So first thing is, go to the reference image. This is a wonderful Pablo Picasso. We're going to download it. Long press, and then you can download it. So I think I've shown you all the areas. I usually spend 20 minutes showing you so in the first part of the painting. So this is the, I've already saved it, so I don't need to save it again. Go to tutorials. Oops, not tutorial. Oh yeah, by the way, please do not install the app, go to draw, find the tools, compare with other drawing apps, and then say, no, it's not got this tool, no, it's not. You haven't obviously been listening to me, because you are now subservient to digital tools, not learning about techniques, which this app is all about. It's designed to make you a brilliant artist, to go beyond the hurdle that most people cannot cross, and they all put it down to some magical artifact of the person doing the painting and drawing. It's total nonsense. Anyone can learn if they choose to learn. This is one of many, many skills that I have, and my actual forte is in technology, and I happen to have a PhD in electrical electronics engineering. So you can see how polarized it can be. Art doesn't have to meld with literature or music or anything and confine yourself into that zone. The world is out there, You can do whatever you want. Take your mind, exercise it. Plasticity of the brain is what the new people are saying, new scientists, to keep your brain active, engaged, alive. Plasticity of the brain means feeding it with skills, all the things that make progress. And obviously, the reason mankind makes progress is because there are a few of us who push the boundaries of what we can do now. So be a part of it. Don't just be a consumer and just watch all your life, because you might come to regret it later on in life. So draw, trace image, there. So this is the image. So what do we have here? This bar at the top, trace image bar, and then we have this wonderful painting. So you can switch between your canvas. If you click on this button on the left, on the trace bar, you switch between your canvas. There's obviously nothing there. And then the trace canvas. So we can take, let's go to line. No. And then let's pick a color anywhere on the color bar. There. This is my drawing. This is the canvas. So how do we may take advantage of the reference image beyond what traditional people, when they put a tracing paper over a particular drawing, then they can trace over it. Digital is far superior, and I've incorporated this into the Paintology app. So just look at it, right? This is what digital allows you to do. And this is where traditional people will go berserk when they see this. They think it's all too technical, and they don't get, yes, this is, and they always, I don't feel the paint, or I don't feel the granules of graphite on my paper. Honestly, just, this is like, I don't even think about that. I'm thinking about that. Aren't you interested more in the final drawing that you've done, as opposed to the process of feeling your way through the painting? I mean, I don't know what that is. This everyone can feel their way through painting. Picasso didn't say he was in love with his paints, did he? I don't think so. I don't think he has ever even mentioned the kind of paintings he had. I don't think he has. So, the kind of paints he uses, all we know is that he created the final one. So did Van Gogh. Do you actually question Van Gogh on the tools he used? Watercolor, acrylics, oils, and how he blended his painting. And, no, of course not. It's the final piece. That's what I do. I create the final piece, and I say to myself, did I get there? However I got there. And does it look satisfactory? Yes, that's all it is. If you're in a moment of painting and drawing, you're in just at the beginning stage. In my opinion, you're not an artist in that sense. You're just beginning out, trying, you're feeling your way through and all that. So these people who judge digital art and traditional art should be qualified before they make statements like that. So first thing is the color picker. I'm saying traditional artists will go berserk, but think of this as a color pot. Look at all these beautiful colors I got on my previous drawing, color palette. So let me show you what I mean. Color picker, I've got this cursor just above the midpoint, and there's a reason for that, because anywhere on this half I will be picking the colors of the reference image. Anywhere below on this half I'll be picking the color of my drawing canvas. Okay, let me show you what I mean. Let's say I want to pick the color of this. right? That's the color of the reference image. Let's just pick this red. You see it? I picked the red. Let's pick the color of the yellow. Look, I picked the color of the yellow. And now green. See? I'm picking all the colors. Now let me come here, place the cursor below in this side. Let me pick the color of the green. Obviously, there's no color of the green because it's white. This is my drawing. Let me see if I can pick another color of the reference. Obviously not, because it's white. I'm going to pick the canvas color. Then let's pick the color of this. Oh, it's picked it up because it is on my section of the painting, right? So this is what makes the whole block coloring method that I developed over a year ago possible, and it allows the creation of paintings and drawing with such rapidity. Excuse me for a second. Such rapid skills that I can challenge anyone to be able to draw as fast as me, and I doubt anyone will match my skills. And that's not because I'm very well skilled. I'm just telling you that it teaches you fundamental skills in a very fast way. And then the tutorials are designed to make the learning so much more fun. It's got paint by numbers. You may have seen paint by numbers, and you've seen lots of apps where people click on numbers to get the colors. You know, they're never going to become an artist or draw. They're not going to learn to draw. They pick colors and then it assumes a color in that shape. And they go through about 100 colors, just like a jigsaw puzzle, and then they think they've created something wonderful. You know, that's not unique. Unique is when I'm drawing and painting. You know, when I'm doing this, picking the red color, and then that's my unique style of coloring, yeah? So that's actually, now you've seen what I'm going to do. First method is block coloring, and that's what you should do. So I pick a brush, let's say 8, and then I just simply, so we're trying to render this. Look, he's got these light marks here, darker here, darker, and some tonal variations going on here. Tonal means the contrast, and then it's got dark here, and you can tell this is all done by hand because it's got visions of the hand being used. It's not digital. If it was digital, you'd probably go, okay, I'm going to use the autocorrection tool, draw a superbly fine line here, and then another fine line there, another fine, and then eventually you'll know it's been done digitally. But we're going to do this by hand, all of it. So there is, and that's what develops your art skills. If you're going to rely on tools, then you're going down the rabbit hole of becoming subservient to the tools. And I am not going to let my tools govern what I do. I'm going to let my skills, I'm going to be the master of the tools, just like any footballer, any chef. They're masters at what they do. They bring their crafts, and everything else is just tool sets, a pot, ingredients, and they conjure up taste. They have knowledge, innate knowledge of chemistry within their heads from doing cooking. They have much more tuned to, and that's why I'm saying to be tuned to that. Shed all your previous misconceptions of painting and drawing, and come to this with an open mind. So here, I'm just going to go here. Let's dark. I'm just simply going to go through this painting. Just picking out these local colors. Right, so what I'm doing is that this small brush is going to pick out tones that is within that region. Look at that. You'd think that this is all purple, but believe me, it's not. Look at the number of tones I've got, right, from just doing that. So what I'm doing here is very easy. There's nothing, no rocket science behind this. I'm just simply taking the color picker and then laying down the colors in that local region. This is the same thing as when Picasso went to a color pot, picked out purple and decided he's going to mix it with a little bit of black or dark. The same thing with Bob Ross does. Goes in there and mixes up the paint and then decides he's going to paint the outskirts colors with a mix of color. If he didn't mix the paint, obviously this would be totally the same color, isn't it? If he didn't mix the paint, right? Obviously he wanted to mix the paint because it's life. It's all about tonal variations. Life is all about tonal variation. So even though this is a very abstract paint artwork, he still employs his human knowledge of tones to give form and shape to this piece of art, right? Even the blue, look at the blue, yeah, look, there's a little texture, can you see it? That's hard to get unless you're really close to it, but at least we'll get some of the tones that are happening here. There. So we can take a look at this blue and see how many tones we might have picked up. Look at that. You think they're all the same blue, but they're actually variations of the blue. Isn't it amazing? There, look, can you see very subtle tones happening, right? So we're going to go through, now we're going to do the yellow, and make sure you click on the yellow, right? And then change it again, pick up the next yellow, right? Because it might be a bit lighter. We don't know what Picasso was thinking when he was, at least we can follow it from the art piece that he's done. So don't pick that black. Look what happens if I pick those black wiggly lines. Right, look. Yeah, see? You got it because I'm only doing the background color for now. And I'm pretty sure it's got a different yellow there. So we can check the color palette to see how many variations of tones are there. And obviously you think that, oh, there's only a few, but we've got still a big brush. Look at the yellow variation. Oh, wonderful, isn't it? Look at that, all the ones we picked. Right, I guarantee they're all different hex colors. If you were to look at that, yeah. So this also looks like white, but it's not. Look at the color, yeah. Isn't that wonderful? This one as well. This one is sort of a bluish, and this one is a yellow. And then this one, look. Don't forget to pick the background color. We're not doing any of the details yet. So this one. This is what the techniques, because don't believe in people who say you got to draw from imagination or you can't use. Look how that changed from blue to white. See how it changed? Now you can see that gradation. I don't believe these people who say that. If you look at them, they've never drawn. They're telling you what to do from pure observation, not from practice. Without skills and some basic skills or good skills in what you're doing, what's the point? Yeah, it's like a bit like the analogy I use, that the same people who want to give advice that you should be drawing from imagination, you shouldn't be using tracing, you shouldn't be doing that, you shouldn't be doing this, it's cheating and all that crap. Sorry to use the language, but it is crap. And then these are the same people who's going to give advice to a 100-meter runner. Meet me at 8 a.m. on the track. And then he meets him at 8 a.m. Okay, I'm going to be back at 5 p.m. Just go up and down this track as many times as you can. You can have a 5-minute water break. That's really the sum of what they're trying to tell you. Shouldn't be using any other aids. Yeah, because they know better. People talk like that, complete nonsense. I guarantee Monet, Cézanne, all the great artists, Van Gogh, saw the way I used digital, they would be running up and down, they'd be turning in their graves to wake up again and create their wonderful works of art in digital. Because this is the tool that's going to make it happen. So you learn. So going back to the training of the 100-meter runner, I mean, come on, you know it takes a lot more than just doing the up and down the track. It's stupidity, isn't it? You have to have stamina, you have to have diet control, muscles, build muscles, build up psychological development, go through assessment, fitness programs, probably spend most of your time on the what do you call it, the machine, that the running machines, ellipticals, you name it, and then probably 20% of 10% of your time on probably on the track doing what the great advisor has told you, isn't it? So that's just an example. I can give you many examples because people are just too quick to judge. They don't think. And the problem is Facebook and all these social media pulls you away into sensationalistic thinking, draws you in because they know what will draw you in. And then because they do recommendations, and then you follow it and you lose track of time. And hey, what's happened here? Not green. Look at that, it's black. How did we get the green? That's weird, isn't it? I don't know how I got that. Oh, that was the green one I had left from the other side, isn't it? So hang on, just do that. Just follow. Let's save your work as well, so do not lose something. You know, you never know. Power hiccup, or your phone dies on you. Right there. See, these lines are small, so we're going to go back in again with a smaller brush to get these smaller details. So this is what I call the first pass in painting, and I'm not using layers. Probably many of you will jump to layers, and that's because you become too acquainted with digital tools. So let me just do the bigger areas that this brush can do, get me to, first step. Right. Picasso spent his time, his skills. Do you know he could draw like a Rembrandt in his early 20s? That's how good he was with his skills. He obviously also was very good at a great marketeer of his artwork because people noticed him, and then people wanted more of his art, and then he just basically understood the market, knew that he needed to bring more creative stuff to the table, and that's what he did with his introduction. He went through a lot of obviously creating his own composition, his elements. He had a piece of sketchbook where he would put his ideas down. So have we covered all the big parts? I think we have. I think we need to move to a smaller brush. What do you think? Let's see what we've got. Oh, pretty good, isn't it? Well, now we're going to go in. We're going to try and complete as much of it quickly. So I'm going to go very quickly. And if you want to learn 3%, so I usually go half. If you want to learn quick drawing and line drawing, check out the videos. See what I'm doing? I'm doing the, I'm not worried about the details of it yet, okay? People would use a line brush, straight line tool here, wouldn't they, in digital, but where's the fun in that? Yeah, using tools. I'm actually very good at Photoshop. I got like 30 years of experience, but I wouldn't use it for drawing. I use it for illustrations, logos, brochures, you name it. Okay, I'm going to work at speed now, do less talking. Always picking the color brush. Yeah, you're going to see that I'm picking the color brush all the time. Color picker, that is. Right, so just make a very quick, because we've got another five or so minutes to finish this. So see what I'm doing? I'm rotating it, picking the colors. This will allow me to rapidly lay down the first set of colors. So different colors, you see that? Very, very good, isn't it? And this green. So you can say to your friends that you've drawn a $70 million painting of your own style, your own unique input. Okay, so that's where I'm following this. This is really good. I'm just thinking that this is awfully good to show you block coloring, what block coloring can do. I'm going to save this and open it up again because this is a prototype that we're working on. So my developer tells me that because we're introducing a new one every couple of months with new functions, new features. Yeah, this is the app. So let me go to my paintings and open up and then do exactly what I did there. Just rapidly go through. It's in this color, so I can use this same color tone and then use the lighter tone just to go over here. Right, the yellow, nothing, I'm not doing anything. Yeah, that's just sort of a yellowish color. And there's a black color right there. So we can go through this really quickly. Picking these colors. That. Don't worry about the details, you know, getting it exactly right. Just lay down. It's about the right size, isn't it? I'm sure Pablo Picasso will not complain if we get it very close, but not with all these same dimensions. He might have ideas, so I hope he could have improved on this. See how quickly I'm doing this. This is my own drawing, so if you're thinking I'm image manipulating, it's unfortunate you should think like that, because you're obviously not seeing the whole drawing that I do, just like some people who claim they know what they're talking about. This is so much fun, isn't it? Could use your fingers or there, just go quickly. Go into the habit. Once you go into the habit, it'll be non-stop for you. You'll be learning, drawing, having loads of fun. And you'll find that the notion of painting and drawing is not like most people have conveyed it to be. It's actually a lot easier than you think. And trust me, probably done over 2,000 paintings, digital. So I know what I'm talking about. And 2,000 the space of a few years. It's not the number, is it? It's about in the enjoyment factors. I didn't set out a goal to do that many drawings. I just drew it because of the desire to draw, purpose of showing you, and also purpose of let's do this white here. Yeah? Look at these tones. Can you see it? They all, look at that, how quickly it changes. color. It's a different color, obviously. So you have to pick the color picker again. There's that blue. Very interesting, isn't it, how this works? So you go like, I'm going to spend a few more minutes and we're going to finish part 1. And then I'm going to move to part 2 in 10 GMT on the other stream, the produced channel. You'll see a link in the description so you can join me. Or if you can go to that page where I showed you in Paintology, with Udemy, Paintology, all the live tutorials that are listed. Let's do this and then I'll finish. Right? Oh yeah, I've already done this, so no, I haven't. So I'm gonna pick the different colors. I'm gonna finish this. See how quickly you can draw when you have a little bit of skills. Right? It becomes natural to you. But you gotta believe in yourself and you gotta practice. You can't be lazy when it comes to do this. People who do it are constantly doing it not because they want to do it because they're not interested. They do it because they are interested in becoming good, and they already have some idea of what it takes to be good at it. See all these different red colors we got? That gives it the illusion. So I'm going to finish that. You must have had fun painting this, I can tell, because see, I'm picking the colors again. To see the red. Look at the number of red and orange. That's amazing. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, it's pretty good. So we got a face to do, but still you can see that it's handmade, no digital tools, and that's how we got to where we are. We've got some ways to go, but we've got plenty of time, a good part of the hour to refine this, finish the face and the drawing, yeah? So this is Pablo Picasso. This is our rendition. So we're getting there, isn't it? You can tell it's getting there. And those of you who have been following me will know that I will always get there practically in the 2 hours time or less. All right, thank you for watching, and please do subscribe, and I'll see you shortly in 5 minutes. Thank you. Bye.